This is Pamela Apple with Insider Travel Report. I'm here today with Philip Reutener, the hotel director of the SH Diana.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It has been a pleasure being on this cruise. Can you tell me how this ship differs from the other sister ships in the Swan Hellenic family?
Right, so here we have roughly 40 rooms more than on the Diana, on the Minerva and the Vega. She's about 12 meters longer. The rooms are slightly larger, the public areas, but the rest is pretty much the same. The biggest difference we have here is we have two tender boats that we do not have on the Minerva and the Vega.
I have to say I've been on them, and it is a pleasure to go on them. You just cruise smoothly to your location, not getting wet,
Right.
and able to get to your destination with no problems.
Yes, they're state of the art. They were purpose built just for us.
Can you tell me about the accommodations? What are the types of rooms and suites on the ship?
We have 96 staterooms, as we call them. 20 of them are down here on deck 4. They are with large picture windows. And then we have on deck 5 and deck 6, we have all the other staterooms. All of them have a balcony. Out of those remaining 76 rooms, we have 10 that are suites, and 2 out of those 10 suites are the premium suites. They all have a walk-in closet from the suites, and all the other rooms are identical. They have a balcony, a large bedroom, I believe the one that you're in currently.
I have to say, I live in an old historical home, and I have more closet room here than I do in my own bedroom. So it is a pleasure to stay here. What about the crew? How many do you have? Do you have butler service?
So we have, in a normal cruising as we're doing it now without the expedition cruising, we're around 120 crew. When we go into expedition cruising, we go up to 130, 140 crew with the expedition team. Out of those, about 73 are in the hotel department. We do not have specific butlers, but we have the assistant housekeeper who looks after the suites personally and gives them a personal touch.
I have to say I've met Eric, who has given me a very personal touch with housekeeping. He's been terrific. What about the dining options?
We have 2 main restaurants. We have one on deck 4, which is the Swan restaurant, open for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Sometimes lunch, we do it upstairs in the club lounge. Dinner is always an a la carte option downstairs. And upstairs, we do the tea time, we do sometimes lunch, combined with the outdoor pool, bar and grill. And we always do an early riser upstairs as well. And we will have a special schön Restaurateur dinner tomorrow night in the club lounge as well.
Oh, lovely. Can you talk about the JRE and them joining your dining options?
Right, so it's a new collaboration that we've gotten into with JRE, the Schön Restaurateur de Rome. They consist of roughly 350 restaurants all over Europe, young chefs, up and coming, and we bring them on board one cruise at a time, and they introduce special dishes from their side. They have one evening, if it's more guests, we do 2 or 3 nights, where it's a specific menu that is just created by them for us.
And can you talk about the public areas of the ship? The spa, the outdoor bar, the pool?
We have a very large observation lounge that can fit all the 192 guests. We have obviously the club lounge on the same deck, on deck 7, that opens up towards the pool area, large pool area with a larger pool than on Minerva and Vega, slightly larger, with the pool bar, large outdoor spaces. We have a very big sunrise stargazing deck on deck 9, and on deck 8 is all the spa, very large gym. The spa has a sauna, steam room, and the sauna with a big picture window where you can sit in the bathtub, in the jacuzzi tub right outside.
That I checked that out. That is really special. Going back to dining for a minute, do you change your cuisine based on where you're cruising?
We add local touches. We have our standard dishes, standard menu cycles that we use, and we try to add local flavors wherever we go.
I also noticed there's a library for the guests that is really lovely to just peruse if you want some extra reading material.
Right, down on deck 3 we have what we call the base camp, where the guests get ready to get onto the tenders or to the Zodiacs in an expedition cruise. And it's adjacent to that is the library and the laboratory, where the guests can participate in citizen science. We take water samples or ice samples when we're in Arctic areas, Antarctic areas, and they can participate in doing the citizen science.
Is there anything that you want to tell our 116,000 travel advisors? Anything else about the ship that we haven't discussed yet?
It is a beautiful ship. I'm slightly biased, I must say, but she's small, she's powerful. I think she's extremely beautiful. Most other companies will claim the same from their ships as well. But we go to see places that other people don't, other cruise lines don't. We go to smaller ports. We go to ports that are not often traveled to by other cruise lines. So we really try to show our guests what other cruise lines don't.
Yesterday, our tour guide mentioned that there were 2 tour boats the entire year that came to her. That it was a very special place, and we can do special things on the Diana that we cannot do if you were on a big cruise ship.
Absolutely, and the beauty is also we have all of our public areas have such large windows, so wherever you are around the ship, you always have a view to the outside.
One last question, and that's about fireplaces. Yesterday, it was mentioned that the Vega and the Minerva have fireplaces and Diana does not. I hear they're coming. What's the story behind that?
Correct. So we do have beautiful crackling fireplaces, and I was speaking with your colleague on Vega about them, and I'm personally very fond of them. And we've all voiced our opinion to upper management about them, that the lack of them here, and we've been told that we will reinstall or install them here as well later this year.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and it truly has been a pleasure. This is Pamela Apple for Insider Travel Report.